welcome back to another episode of 3 Minute Thursdays. Today's item that we're going to look at could save your life, honestly. Now that I have a set, I would never drive my vehicle during the trips that I do without them. But before we get to that, I'm about to leave to film season 8 of Wild Reaches. Now, Wild Reaches, the 79 series behind me here, we go into the wildest places in Australia, as far north as I can get, into the most remote corners of Australia, basically. Try and live off the land, and all the gear that I've got, I push it to its limits. So if you're new to the channel, that's what I do on the second channel, and I get to test the gear and then give you guys honest feedback on products, four-wheel drive, so that's why we're called trucks, tinnies and trebles. Four-wheel drive, camping, fishing, boating, all that stuff. And then you guys can go to the shop, cut straight through the crap and just buy the product that I've tried and tested, basically. So to give value back to my audience over there on Wild Reaches and to this audience here on the new channel. That's what this channel's all about. That's why it started. So we've got 4 episodes out already, I think. Jump back and watch them, but they're all really long, right? They all blew that 3 minutes out of the water. So today I'm gonna try and stick to 3 minutes. So let's rip into it. Today's product, like I said, could save your life. It is called a Drivetech tire monitor. Now, I think there obviously are other tire monitors on the market, really expensive ones. This one, we're about to go upstairs into my office and get a price, and I'll go through all the specs for you guys. But I've had this now for 2 years, hasn't faltered me, and I honestly think it could save my life. What you get in the pack is this little gauge. Sorry, my car's a mess. I'm loading everything in there. You get this little gauge with a solar panel on the top. That's the only way to charge it. Or it's not the only way. You get a cord and you can charge it via USB, but I've never had to. So this just sits on your dash or anywhere you want it, gets the sun, and I've never had to charge it. It also picks up vibration of the vehicle. So as soon as you start your car, this thing will turn on and tell you whatever you've got set onto the screen. It's going to tell you, I have the tire pressures all the way around. I have an alarm for if they go too high or too low, and I also have the temperature of each tire. Now, what you get in the pack is 4 of these little sensors. They're like a sender. Now, it all goes via Bluetooth. See, they just screw onto your valve there. Oh, I won't do that. I'll take that back. No, I'll put that on because I'm going to leave that on there. They send a signal via Bluetooth. They've also got a little lock nut on the back there, so they won't come off. Now, I've got to say, that's probably the worst thing about this product, and I think all the brands would be the same, is that lock nut. Just because when you're going to let your tires up and down, like when you're going to let your tires down to go on the beach, and when you get back off the beach and you got to pump them back up, you've got to get your little tool out to undo that lock nut to get the sensor off to pump air in. That's a minute pain in the ass, really, when they could save your life. That's really the only downfall of the whole product. But let's go upstairs to the office and I'll give you guys a price and I'll give you guys all the spec of this product. If you are new to the channel, you don't watch Wild Reaches, jump over and subscribe, because it really is an amazing channel. You're gonna learn a lot about Indigenous culture. I'm gonna take you guys to the wildest and most remote corners of Australia and do a lot of fishing, catching barramundi, catching all our own food. It's just a really good channel. All right, so the reason I use these things, now this is pretty obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway in case people have never heard of a tire monitor. The reason I use these things is because for me to get to where I begin filming is about 3,000 kilometers away. So I'm doing 3,000 kilometers either through outback Australia or up the highway, which is rare, but normally outback Australia. You know, you're doing 12-hour days, 110 kilometers an hour, towing a trailer. If you have a slow leak in one of your tires and you're unaware, and then, you know, 3 hours into the trip, suddenly your tire's on 12 PSI and then it has a blowout or something, that's your life, right? This is serious. The one thing between you and that road is your tires. Your tires and your suspension are two of the most important things on your vehicle when it comes to these big trips. So these are the things you want to spend money on and take seriously. Now, the tire monitors, I'm looking at them now. So Drivetech 4x4, you can get these I think I got these through Adventure Concepts or Battery World, but you can get these through basically any good full drive store is going to stock Drivetech, and you'll be able to order them in if they don't actually stock this exact product. So on the Drivetech 4 Drive website, they've got heaps of gear. Looking at heaps of gear, so much gear. So let's not get into that because we're trying to stick to 3 minutes. But specifications, fast slow leakage alarm. So you can set it to go say 3 PSI over or 4 PSI over and 4 PSI under. Actually, you should go more than that because the temperature of your tires is going to allow your PSI to fluctuate. So I don't know the exact details there, but you want to go at least sort of 5 to 6, 7 PSI above and below to allow your PSI to fluctuate with temperature. So you've got a leakage alarm, high low pressure alarm. I thought that would be the same thing. Anyway, it's not. Do your research on that. can upgrade to 10 tyres. So this comes with 4 of those sensors, so 4 tyres. But if you're going to tow a trailer, tandem axle trailer or whatever, you're going to need another 4. Wireless transmission, like I said, it's all Bluetooth. DIY installation, well, of course, because it's literally just screwing them on, sticking that thing on your dash, giving it some sun, or plugging it into the USB just to power it up for the first time. High temperature alarm, all-weather design, so I imagine that's weather resistant. Audio alarm, visual warning, wireless LCD display. So yeah, the wireless display, you can see here on the website right now, it shows you everything across your whole car, which is across all 4 tyres, or all 10 tyres, which is really cool. USB charging port if you're not getting any solar. High temperature resistant, so it's got a battery in it. High efficiency solar panel, long life battery, additional sensors also available. So that's it. And then the reviews, I'm going to give you guys my review. I've used this thing for at least 12 months, possibly 24 months. I can't remember, but it's been a long time. And I've got like OCD now, so it sits on my dash, and I'm constantly, just double checking. Because I'm towing a big trailer with a lot of weight, like I said earlier, those tires are the one thing between me and the road, and I need to come back home after every trip to be with my family. I've got 2 kids and a wife here waiting for me after every trip, and I want to get home safely. So I highly recommend you get yourself a tyre monitor, and I can't recommend enough the DriveTech ones. Now, they're not the most expensive on the market either. How much are these things? Hang on. Let's pause our time because for some reason this doesn't have a price, and I'm gonna have to find a price, so pause. All right, recommended retail price, $199, which is bloody cheap. I've seen some of them up to like $650. So here you go, here's a cheaper product, which I'm sure a lot of you are gonna be happy with. It's a cheaper product, and it is a good quality product that has served me well. And I've tested it, as in like played around and like pumped my tires up 2 PSI on the front driver's side, get back in the car and you can actually see it goes up. I drop my tires when I go on the beach, and the alarm goes wild because you drop so much air out of your tires. So I've tested it in lots of different ways, and all the alarms work. The actual gauge is very sensitive and accurate. So yeah, great product. And it's another product that I've tried and tested. I test them, so you guys get the best of them. Hope you guys have a great week. I'm off to keep packing and hit the road to Cape York. Make sure you jump over to Wild Reaches and check out the episodes on there, because there's some absolute bangers, and that's what I'm going to go and film now. Yeah, get your merch, wildreaches.com. Thank you to Battery World for supporting the channel. Can't thank you guys enough for supporting both my channels. Amazing company. So if you are looking to power your next adventure, drop into your local Battery World store. They're all around Australia, and they've got heaps of gear in there, not just batteries, heaps of gear to get you out there on the road to adventure and explore Australia. I will see you all next week on 3 Minute Thursdays, trucks, tinnies and trebles. Thank you for watching. That's a wrap. Jeepers, I can bloody talk, can't I?